Second problem we have is valid anagram. So we're starting by opening the problem and let's figure it out. So we have two strings s and t. Those are string variable name, and we should return true if t is anagram of s or otherwise. Yep. So if s is anagram of t, it's the same as t is anagram of s, and we should return false only if those two can't be anagram of each other. Alright, so how can we solve this problem? Anagram, for just a definition, anagram is a word or phrase formed by rearranging the letters of different word or phrase, typically using original letters exactly on. So we have this anagram, we have anti negagram, or whatever it is, and it returns to why does it? So we have this a, and we have two a's here, and we have third a. So in the first s we have three a's, and in t we have three a's, so we have the same count of a. And second letter is n. Do we have n in letter t? Yes, we have an n. Alright, so now do we have a g? We have also a g. Do we have an r? We do have an r in this position, so yep. Do we have an m? And we have an m. Alright, so amazing. So basically anagram is if you have the same count of letters in the first string and it is the same as second string. So if that condition is true, we should return true. So let's see the other example. We have s and t. We have first one is rat, second one is car. Let's check is r is the same here. So we have letter r in both strings. A also is available in both strings, but t isn't really available in both strings, so we should return false in this case. So let's get into code and see how can we solve this problem. So we need to figure out the count of number of the count of letter of each letter of each string. So how can we do that? So basically we're given here it's gonna be two strings and we need to check the constraints. So S and T consist of lowercase English letters. So basically we have 26 letters in English, lowercase I mean. Yeah. So I'm not sure if you know ASCII or not. I just open it. ASCII represents some number that represents a character. So we have A representing 97, B 98, and so on. So basically we're gonna take this kind of starting from A until 122, which is Z. So those are the 26 letter in English, lowercase. So now we're gonna need to define our array which will hold the count of those letters, and we're gonna iterate through our first string to find the count of each letter in that string, and we also will iterate in the second string and find the count of letter in that string as well, and we're then gonna compare the two array which we have to find, and if we found mismatch we're gonna return false, otherwise we're gonna return true. So let's start by defining our array. So we have our array here, it's gonna be, let's call it array here, which is gonna be 26 in size. So it's gonna be char, not it's char. No, we need graph for the count, so it's gonna be integer. So now for the second array, it's gonna be array 2. So we're gonna be same with 26 letter. Right, so now we're gonna iterate. So first char, and how can we do this? So yeah, so now we need the index at this position. So we can't really just make like char1 here, because if we made array char1, that represents this 97, and our array starts from 0 until 25, so which is less than this number by 1. So how can we solve this? So we have at most it's gonna be 122. So if we made 122 minus char1, which is our at lowest position, would be 97, it would be 26, I think. At 122 minus 97, actually it's gonna be 25. Yeah, 25 is the last index of our array. So that would so that we have like 97, which is gonna be represented as 25. This is gonna be represented as 24, and until we reach to the point of z, which is gonna be at index 0. Right, so what we do here, we're gonna make the count increased by 1. So we're just gonna increment it by 1. So that's for our first array, and we're gonna make the same for second array. So second array, I'm just changing the naming here. So let's char2 and char2, and obviously the array we're gonna change it. Right, now we have as a count of our first array and the count of our second array of the count of letters. So now we're gonna need to iterate and compare both two arrays. So we will have this approach. Now we're gonna start with index 0 until 25. So let's see, if array of index I doesn't equal array 2 of index also I, we're gonna return false. Otherwise that means we should return true. So yeah, let's see how it's gonna work. We can also make this like this one. Yep, this is better. So let's see now how does it work. Let's submit and see how it's gonna work. Alright, amazing. So we're kind of efficient performance. I don't really care about memory usage here, because LeetCode doesn't really have a specific standard for memory usage, but for performance it's just amazing. Alright, so that was our solution, and see you next time.